Hello, my name is Brett Elliott, and you are watching APMEX Answers. On today's segment, we're going to talk about silver eagles and compare them to the Britannias. Now, we're doing a whole comparison series on silver eagles and comparing it to other bullion pieces because the price of eagles has gotten so high, people are starting to look for alternatives. So we're going to talk a little bit about these, what's similar, what's different, and then we're going to get into what the pros and cons are of each and what the price differences look like. So on my left here, we have the American Silver Eagle, and on the right, we have a Silver Britannia. These are similar in some ways. They're both 999 fine silver, 3 nines. One's produced by the U.S. Mint and one's produced by the Royal Mint. They're both round, both 1 troy ounce, so that's about where the similarities end. The U.S. Silver Eagle is of the same weight, a slightly different size. Now, I'm holding both of these ever so carefully apart. Now, you might be able to notice that the Silver Britannia is a slightly smaller diameter than the Silver Eagle. Now, on the flip side of that, it is also slightly thicker. So they are not identical in terms of the dimensions. However, they're both 1 troy ounce of silver. Whether you buy a Britannia or you buy a Silver Eagle, you're going to get an ounce of silver. And you may notice there's a slight difference in the luster. So the design and finish and style of the American Silver Eagle, it's all kind of flat. It's all kind of the same, right? There's a uniformity to it. And on the Silver Britannia, we've got a little bit of detail, a little bit of variance. So on the design side of things, these are more different than they are similar. Britannia, in case you were not aware, is not a real person. Britannia is the personification of Britain. And on the obverse, of course, we have Standing Liberty. And we also have Queen Elizabeth on this particular coin. Now, I believe that the Brits are only going to do a limited run of Queen Elizabeth effigies on the Britannias in 2023, and it'll be switching over to King Charles, I believe, in 2023, but don't quote me on that. It definitely will be no later than 2024, however. And again, you can kind of see a little bit of a difference here in terms of the luster and the shininess. I mean, that is a bit of a difference there. This does have quite the shine to it. And part of that is due to this unique pattern design that's a little bit difficult to see in person, but if you've seen any close-up pictures, you've seen all of these dots in this kind of an interesting, unique pattern, and it gives this really brilliant luster to it. It's also a little bit of a security feature. And speaking of security features, there is a difference between what these two offer in terms of security. Now, the Silver Eagle has a missing reed. I'll do my best to get you to see this on here, but there is a missing reed right in there, and it changes if you look at different years and different spots, and that's supposed to help prevent counterfeiting. On the Britannias, partially, they've done it by creating this sort of wavy pattern design in the background, plus all those dots on the obverse, and that complexity in the design is difficult for a counterfeiter to mimic. But there's also this sort of holographic trident down here on the lower left at the hem of Britannia's garment, and they call it holographic, but it mostly looks like a trident. But if you sort of rotate it, you can kind of see it changing. And I've found that it produces the most pronounced effect by rotating it like so, back to front. So if you get one of these, you can test it for yourself, and you can really see how that looks. Now, of course, we can't have this comparison segment talking about price, right? That's a big reason why someone might choose to purchase a Britannia over a Silver Eagle. And, we didn't talk too much about why the prices are so high. We'll just say that you can watch the Buffaloes versus Eagles videos if you want to get the detailed explanation as to why. And we'll drop a link down in the description for you. But we expect those prices to remain elevated on the Silver Eagle. Right now, somewhere around $13 to $15 premium over spot seems to be a very common price out in the marketplace amongst retailers. The best sale price that we've seen in recent months has been about $10 premium over spot, so that's pretty high. Now, the Britannias are much more in line with many other bullion coins out in the market. It's about $6 over spot, pretty typically, but this one tends to have a bit of variance to it. We do see that some retailers are much higher than that $6 over spot, and some that are coming in a little bit lower. You tend to find good sales on the Britannias every once in a while, periodically. So if you're someone who likes to shop the deals like me, then maybe keep an eye out and pick up a Britannia when it's on sale. Get one for maybe $3.50 over spot or something like that. I've seen a couple of them hit that price around the holidays. I would say one other thing that is kind of interesting, not necessarily something that I would put a whole lot of value in, but there is a difference in the face value of these coins. The American Silver Eagle is a $1 silver coin, and this is a 2-pound coin. Now, the value's in the silver, folks. I'm not sure that anyone's going to go out and try to buy something. It is legal tender, so I guess you could. But if you go out with a Britannia and you buy a Snickers bar, you've made a mistake. The value is in the silver, but if you want to have something that's denominated in pounds, then it could be a fun selling point for you, I suppose. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share with a friend.